Geek Squared.
Hello, Geek Squad! Welcome to Geek Squared!
Boom, boom, boom.
Episode 12.
Boop, boop. Don't do that. Don't do the flipping around thing. Yes, welcome back. How have you all been? This is episode 12, and it is called our first ghost adventure.
Ghost Adventures!
That's pretty cool. So explain it. What have we done recently?
For Craig's last birthday, I booked him to do one of his bucket list items, which is
One of the
a
only
ghost
bucket
hunt,
list
an
items.
official ghost hunt.
Yeah. So it was, when did we go? It was last Saturday, wasn't it?
Irrelevant.
That's the wrong word. She never gets that right. It's a damn it! It's irrelevant apparently when it happened. But yeah, it happened last Saturday at the Skirrid Inn, which is in Abergavenny,
Abergavenny,
to normal
in
people.
South Wales.
Abergavenny. It's okay. She's okay. It's late. She's been drinking. Yeah, it was mental. It was through a company called
Haunted Happenings.
Tina found out all the information. She booked it. Was it online? Online booking?
It was an online booking. You
Yep.
had to pay, I think it was £20 deposit each up front, and then the rest of it had to be paid 4 weeks. before.
Irrelevant. That's irrelevant. But it was awesome. So, let's get straight into it. Give me your best spooky face, baby.
No, the Skirrid Inn opened in the 1100s. That's my bit of history.
Yeah, that's it. It's basically, it is classed as Wales's oldest pub. It is the oldest pub in Wales. Self-explanatory. It was creepy. Even walking
Creepy.
in, like the floor was
Massive spiders in the toilet.
Oh, bloody toilets. So the floor, it was all stone. There's just stone everywhere, and it feels really cold. There's no kind of carpets. There wasn't even any wood, was there? It was just
No.
like the beams and the ceiling.
Except for the seats and tables.
Yeah, but apart from that, it was really creepy. So we walked in. We had food. It wasn't really good food. We skimmed past the food. We weren't
But we
there
are
for the food.
foodie people,
Yeah.
so for us the standards are a lot higher than normal people.
They are. But we'll fast forward from the food. So yeah, it was 8 hours.
It's edible.
It was edible. So we started at 8 o'clock at night. We were already pretty much tucked up with a book at that point in time. And
Morning, no faces off.
Yeah. But we were there, and yeah, started at 8 o'clock, finished at 4 in the morning. I didn't think we'd get through it, but we did. So so we started off, we did a little trot up to the graveyard,
Yeah.
didn't we? A little stomping
It was a
over
shame
graves.
that we weren't able to go in the church.
Yeah, we had a little meeting by the church. They asked us about our beliefs and that type of thing. All had flashlights, and then we just going around the graves.
Searching for the landlady who...
What's her name,
the
love?
very first landlady. Oh, I can't remember.
It was called Fanny.
Fanny! Yeah!
Fanny
Fanny
Price.
Price!
So
Mrs. Price! We were calling up for Mrs. Price.
yeah, well, it's typical Saturday night, really. Just searching for some Fanny, weren't we? You know. But yeah, we went around the graves. That was quite creepy.
It was creepy.
Bit of Fanny searching, and then we went back into the pub. Basically, it's an inn. The locals can still drink there, so they close the bar about 11:30, and it's got 3 rooms. So we went upstairs, bedroom number 1. We did a little vigil, which, if you don't know, it's where you all just kind of sit around and try and make contact with the spirits and that type of thing. They showed us all the equipment and all the little gadgety stuff.
And what each thing does.
Yeah, all the lights out and that type of thing. I think we should skim past the bits that were a bit kind of lame, and then we get to our own kind of personal experiences. Because nothing much happened for that first vigil, did it, in bedroom 1? It was the first one we did, all the lights out, just kind of sat there, asking questions. Not much happened. Then I can't remember the order of it, but they did breaks throughout the night. Then we went downstairs and did a bit of table tipping. Now, we're actually recording on a table very similar to the one they use. It's a fold-away table. I put my fingers on it, and it did start to sway back and forth. we asked the spirits to do it, and then I said, can you sway it the other way? Now, I knew that the table would only sway one way, and it started to go the other way. There was a little...
You're doing your fingers the wrong way around. It's easier to sway that way than it is that way.
It's irrelevant. Don't worry about it. It's irrelevant. So then there's a little flashlight on the corner. That started flickering. That was pretty freaky. Then we did some glass moving. So you put your finger on the glass, and that moves across. It's a bit dubious because I literally just touched my finger on there because I was dying for something to happen. And it was shooting across the room and on the table, and
You fell off the table at one point.
yeah, a few times. I just think how much of that was.
We don't know.
The
thing is with that, I think that those kind of things, you can debunk them quite easily.
Yeah.
Whereas the things like the unexplained noises and feelings that you were having, those things can't be explained. Ooh. Why are you leaning in so soon?
Because I'm
excited. It might not be fun.
No, this is awesome. So, our big experiences. We were in bedroom 1 again. Bedroom 2 was pretty lame, quite calm, that type of thing.
Didn't have that kind of uneasy feeling in there.
No. So we went into bedroom 1, and there's a K2 meter, so it picks up electromagnetic fields. That starts flashing and going a bit nuts. And then they'd had this torch. It's a screw torch, and they just unscrewed it enough so that it was off. If someone touched it or went near it, it went off. We asked the spirits to do it, and it went on. And the girls are screaming. We jumped up from the bed.
It was one girl who was screaming like a fool.
Yeah. So I jumped up and had a look, and it went on. And the organiser said, okay, if you can, thank you very much. If you can turn that back off now, that'd be brilliant. Boom. It flickered, didn't it? It went boom, 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 and then off. I was like, oh my God. So we were back in pitch blackness, and I'm like, that is awesome. That happened twice. So whatever was there had to touch that torch 4 times, and I'm doing it again because you can't see my hands.
Too loud. It's been too loud again.
Too loud, and over here, you'd have thought this is my first video. It went off and on 4 times in total.
We did hold the torch afterwards.
Yeah.
So we did our own investigation
basically.
to make sure that torch
wasn't rigged. Yeah.
Wasn't rigged or anything, and it was just a standard torch that you twist the head to get it to come on or go off.
Yeah.
And
so after that happened, there were 2 guys, and they locked themselves in the bathroom because they'd reported quite a lot of activity in the bathroom earlier in the night. I didn't see anything. They shut in the bathroom, and the woman said, oh, thank you for turning the torch on and off. Now, there were 2 gentlemen who shut themselves away in the bathroom. Could you go and touch one of them on the head? Oh! It was that quick. We were like, what the hell was that? And what did she say? She called out to them then, didn't she?
She called out to the gentleman and she said, what happened?
Did you hear?
The guy turned around and said, I just got hit on the head.
Yeah.
Something fell off the towel rail.
A towel?
He was sat behind, below the towel rail on the floor.
Towel fell on his head.
Probably having his back to the wall, just like me.
Yeah.
Nothing come and creep you from behind if you're like up against the wall.
What? So that was, and it was just after us. There's a torch on, torch off, torch on, torch off.
The K2 meter's going.
K2 meter's going crazy. They had this radio device, and that was crackling. And then the temperature in the room dropped. Straight away, she said, "Can you go and touch one of the gentlemen?" And then she said, "Did you hear any of that? Because this radio was like white noise. It was like, so you couldn't hear anything." And then it fell on their heads, and we were just in darkness. Like, this is mental. Thank you, because I was feeling like a fool touching a table and 30-year-old man in a pub with no lights on touching a table feeling like a wally. So that was the first experience. But what else happened?
We got a part of the evening where we would have the opportunity to explore the place and go on our own, and we decided to go in the bathroom where the gentleman got touched on the head.
Yeah, we wanted more of that. Nothing happened though, did it?
Because we're brave.
Yeah, felt a bit silly.
And previously a McDougal.
Yeah.
So nothing happened in there though.
No.
It was quite quiet. So we decided to go up and join everyone else in room 1. There were 3 guys in there.
Room 1 again.
Room 1. And if we did, we were sat on the sofa. I was sat on the sofa. Craig was sat kind of next to me on this little stool. And the 3 other chappies were talking, and we heard this horrendous noise from above us, like a scraping of like furniture and footsteps.
There was like 5 different sets of footsteps.
It went on for maybe a good sort of 10-15 seconds,
Yeah.
which I know doesn't sound like a very long time, but when you're there, you're
I mean,
like,
it's
oh
directly
my
above
god.
you.
And we seem to be the only two people paying attention because all the other guys were just talking.
Yeah.
And we're like, where is that noise coming from?
But there were people all around the house at that point, so you'd
So you
screams
can't-
down the hall. There was
you
banging
can't-
everywhere.
You can't really, you can't put much kind of like.
Well, we didn't know at the
what was
time.
going on
Yeah,
at
it
the
was,
time.
oh come on. And then the woman come in.
One
then
of the ladies came in.
she
who
come
were
back
running,
in.
yeah.
She said, any activity, guys? Anything come up? And we said, to be honest, it's a bit noisy because there's so much noise going on upstairs. She went,
someone's shutting doors or moving furniture.
yeah, just dragging stuff. She said, what do you mean? I said, well, who's upstairs right now? You know, there's different teams there. Who's upstairs? She said, I got chills all over me. Every time I tell this, I got that like goosometer. She said, that floor's been closed for years. I said, shut up. She said,
She
you
said,
can't
"People
tell me to
don't go
shut
up
up. Yeah. She said, it's condemned. I said, you got to show me this. She said, what have you heard? I said, someone was dragging some wooden furniture or a sofa. There was about 5 different sets
She
of
even said
footsteps
there
up
was
there.
only a couple of people up on the floor with us.
Yeah.
There wasn't even that many
No.
people up there.
So I asked her to show me. So I went, she said, right, you can't go too far up. But I went up and kind of bent over my flashlight.
Why
There
am I
was-
looking up there?
There was.
This time, love.
There was a sofa in front of the door with a big sign on the door saying, room closed, dangerous flooring, do not enter.
And there was cobwebs.
There were a million. She said,
black-
look, you can tell no one has
It
been
looked
here.
like as if someone had gone up there and done
Looked
a
like-
really good Halloween job.
Yeah, it
in
looked
there.
like a mansion.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whoa.
And we distinctly
Oh,
heard it. And
dude,
it couldn't have come from
walking
anywhere
along.
else.
Up and down and then... And then bum bum bum, like 3 or 4 different sets of
It wasn't.
goosey meter. Showing my black t-shirt. I was so happy though. I know that would freak a lot of people out, but I was like, yes, because I've never had anything happen to me, and that's the reason why it's been on my bucket list to experience something.
But there were times in the evening, I mean, I don't know whether I'm more susceptible to it, but there were times in the evening where, like when we first went in there, I swore that something like tugged on my hair, didn't I?
Yeah,
And
that was
then
me.
there was a time when we first got into room 1, I decided to sit cross-legged as I do. Stop pulling my hair. I decided to sit cross-legged, as I always do on the floor, and I was sat with my side of me towards the bathroom door where the stuff had happened, and I felt terrible. I was thinking, oh my god, I can't even look right.
What could you smell?
Oh my god, I can smell blood. And you think I'm crazy, didn't you?
No, I don't
could
at
smell,
all.
like irony. It was like
I
an
don't think you're
irony
crazy.
blood smell. And just as I was saying about just as I was thinking that, the lady who
Yeah.
is it what
She's the medium.
spiritualist medium, yeah. She said how tight chested she
Yeah.
felt and everything, and I'm thinking, oh, and she said, oh, you have to say when you think these things. I'm not just gonna
No.
scream out, I smell blood. But there were times in the evening, we were doing some glass work in the hallway where the noose is hanging in the hallway
There's a
where they
noose.
used to hang people.
Yeah, the actual
it's
noose.
There, the
Right,
noose
you're
is
very
there.
animated. Everything's rocking right now. Can you let us know if you're in the room with us?
You were stood next to me, and I had this overwhelming feeling that someone was stood behind me, a big person, and I kind of went, oh my god, like that, frightened everyone else,
Yeah.
didn't I?
Yeah.
And I can't explain that, but you get a feeling when someone is stood by you. Craig has stood that side of me, and that's scary enough,
Yeah.
you know? But
Imagine
and
this
then,
in the dark.
whew, scary as poop.
We gotta go. So yeah, our first ghost adventure. It was
Ghost
amazing.
adventures.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. You really enjoyed it. We had some personal experiences. We'd highly recommend it. Check out the company down below. Comment if you've ever been on your own ghost adventure and let us
We'd
know.
like to discuss what happened.
Experiences. So yeah, a bit of a spooky episode this week, but it's still in the geek realm, so it's all good. It's safe. So you have an awesome week to come, and yeah, stay safe. Don't let the ghoulies bite. Say ghoulies.
We can't talk
Bye.
about movies. You always
Bye-bye.
sign up for swearing.